So spring has sprung and it's time to get outside, right? Hopefully we had our last bit of cold weather here recently and it's going to be nice for the next couple months. So what should you do when it's nice? You should be outside walking. So I thought I'd give Jeff's favorite walking trails in Jacksonville. Here we go. All right, so my top 7 walking trails in Jacksonville, Florida. And this is not exhaustive, and I say Jacksonville, really I mean the greater Jacksonville area, because at least one of these is outside of the Duval County boundaries. But there are others, so hopefully I'm encouraging you to get outside, to get active, and to enjoy some of the great parks and walking trails that we have in the area. So first on the list is the Mickler Beach and Preserve, which if you're going shark's tooth hunting and you're going to be in Northeast Florida, in my opinion, that's the place to do it. Kind of South Ponte Vedra in general, but specifically there, I'd do it in an off time. If you're there Saturday in the middle of the, a warm spring day or a cool summer day, there are going to be a ton of people there. But if you can find a little bit more of an off day and time, you won't be crowded out and you'll have an opportunity to find plenty of shark's teeth. Okay, number 2 on the list, the UNF Trails. So right at 295 in the St. John's Town Center Parkway, leads you into UNF and the trails are right there, or at least the entry to the trails are right there on the right. I've got a link to what different trails they have, and there are 5, 6, 7 different walking trails that you can do, one around a lake, one just through the woods, different distances. If you're walking or running, both, you have great opportunities. There's a boardwalk and then there's just natural trails. They've done a great job with that. We love taking the family there and just spending, maybe an hour walking through the woods essentially just to mix things up on a random Saturday morning sometimes. Okay, number 3 on the list, the Fort Caroline National Memorial, or the Timucuan Preserve. So obviously off of Fort Caroline Road. Kind of the same thing. They've got an area that takes you out toward the river and opens up, but then there are also trails that just go back through the woods. You've got a historic museum there, and you can go check that out when they're open. I'm not sure what their business hours are, but the link should tell you that in the post. And again, it's really good Northeast Florida habitat. Very eclectic tree collection and plant collection, and it's a good opportunity to get outside and even get a little bit of elevation, which we don't have very many opportunities to do in the Jacksonville area. So you're kind of up and down in that Fort Caroline trail as well. All right, next on the list, the Tree Hill Nature Center. And I went, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe just prior to COVID, on a field trip with one of our kids to the Tree Hill Nature Center, and it was very cool. Now, we did all like the things to see, not just the walking trail, but again, if you're in that general Arlington area, even coming from the beach, like Atlantic Neptune, into town or downtown toward the beach, kind of sits right in the middle of those locations, and it's got a number of different trail options as well. I won't speak extensively about it because I hadn't been there in a couple of years, but I thought that was a good option and I remembered enjoying it. Okay, numbers 5 and 6 I will put together into one segment here. So the bridges in Jacksonville, whether it's downtown and you want to kind of make the San Marco downtown loop, or you can go over the Intercoastal on, I think both Atlantic and Beach Boulevard now have walking lanes, biking lanes, but sidewalks to walk on. And you can do the beach with phenomenal views, depending on, if you're wanting to see a sunrise or a sunset, pick your poison there. But we just have a lot of great bridge options for both walking. And then if you're trying to train for an upcoming run, that's a really good way to get some elevation too, because as previously mentioned, we're flat for the most part in Jacksonville. So you've got to go to a bridge to get some elevation and training in that way. All right, last but not least, and this is really a bonus, but Deerwood. This is our neighborhood and where we live, and I just love walking through the neighborhood. There are a ton of old live oak trees and magnolia trees and different types of birds, and it's not straight lines, they're winding roads, But obviously you have to live there to go walking around on a recurring basis. So the link for that one is actually to Available Homes for Sale, which is a shameless plug to come buy a home in the neighborhood. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this encourages you to get outside and to take a walk. If you've got any questions, give me a shout. 904-405-1995 or jeff@era.com. Take care. We'll catch up soon.